to you again really quick about what's going on with Ruby Frankie. She started a YouTube channel. She was a mommy vlogger, something like that. I'll call Eight Passengers. Okay, and now she got arrested, y'all, on the full moon. Now, now, this is important because the new moon started out in Ashleisha, and Ashleisha is in Cancer, right? So Cancer represents the mother. Very, very important. Cancer represents the mother. So the new moon started out with understanding there's going to be themes throughout the next 30 days surrounding the mother. Now, what happens on the full moon is we start to see very clearly what started during the new moon. So on the full moon, there was something seen very clearly about this mother. She was not treating her kids right. Now, moving on from that, Ruby Frankie has her Mars in Hasta. Ruby Frankie has her Mars in Hasta. Hasta is very controlling and very manipulating because it has all to do with the hands, okay? And you can manipulate your hands. But guess where Mars is right now? Mars is in Hasta. Now, when a planet in the sky is at the same position it was when you were born, you're having a planetary return. And for Ruby, she's having a Mars return. Okay? And Mars can be a police officer sometimes. But even more important than that, Mars is with the ruler of Ruby Frankie's fourth lord. Now, the fourth lord also represents mother. It represents mother and the home. She has Capricorn in her fourth house. And the ruler of Capricorn, I hope I'm not losing anybody, but the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. She has Saturn. So wherever Saturn goes, it kind of paints the picture, a clearer picture of her as a mother, because Saturn rules her fourth house, right? Okay, so 4 houses from, no, let me start again. Saturn, the ruler of her fourth house, and Mars are together. Which house are they together in? That shows clearly what's going on with Ruby right now. They're in her 12th house of imprisonment and isolation. Oh my God. Her 12th house of imprisonment and isolation. So, she isolated her kids. She got imprisonment. This is how it works. Why did she get punished on her Mars return? Well, Saturn, like I said, rules Ruby Frankie's fourth house. In the sky, Saturn is retrograde. And Saturn is also important to Ruby Frankie because Saturn is her Atmakarka, which means it's her purpose. Saturn is her, it has a lot to do with why she's here. Okay? And Saturn is a disciplinarian, especially with Mars. OMG. It clearly shows why she is how she is. With so Saturn in the sky is retrograde, which makes Saturn very strong right now. Saturn is a king maker and a king breaker. Okay? And Saturn also has a lot to do with karma. So right now, Ruby Frankie is getting her karma for how she's been as a mother, how she's isolated, how she's been too harsh, too hard, too abusive. I don't know if you can use that word, but that is Mars. That's Mars. you can definitely see that A word that I just used with Mars anywhere. And it shows how she is as a mother because it's with Saturn, her fourth lord. Okay? So, another thing that comes into play is the sun in the sky right now. Now, we're seeing leaders showing their behinds, looking real foolish, leaders getting their karma. She is a leader. She was a leader in her home. We're seeing leaders who were seen as kings to some people, and probably still are, but Saturn is looking at the sun. Saturn is in Aquarius. The sun is in Leo. They're looking at each other. So sun is the king, but Saturn is looking at the king and it's retrograde, and Saturn is saying, now you know I'm the king breaker, right? I can make you a great king if you did what you were supposed to do, if you were right, if you had morals. You know what I'm saying? If you're responsible and disciplined, I could definitely make you a king. But if you are doing wrong, if you are not being a servant, she was not being a servant to her children. And Saturn does not play that. If you're not being a servant, if you're wrong, if you're dishonest, that's when Saturn will come in with its karma and become a king breaker. That's what's going on in the sky. And that's also what's going on in her chart. That's what I've tried to describe to you. So hopefully this makes some type of sense. And as we go on, I'll try to, if you know, as everything's going on with her, and I want to see what's going on with her little friend's chart too. I think her name is Jody. I'm gonna see what's up with her too. All right, but that's what I got for now.